Hey dudes, it's Raostars, and we are back with the second modern house build. I have this little layout done. I figured I would do this off camera and flatten the land out so that I can just easily get started on it nice and quick. Like I said, I would do the next one when it got to 100 views, and I started this one like a day ago. Took a little bit of time on it, about 15 minutes. That's 15 minutes out of the first episode, which will help me a lot. So, yeah, here are the drawings that I did like I promised last time. I'll just show you those real quickly. Alright, so let's get started on this. Let's see, I need to get the drawings first, that might help. Okay, so I guess I get the walls done. And let's see what else we want to do. So in the update that I gave you guys last time in the modern house builds, the first episode, and I think I retold it on the second video, we are actually creating a server, the Hunger Games server. Now, what we did is we're not just making one, it's not going to just be the Hunger Games and the PvP, but the main aspect is going to be mini games in general. So it's not really super insane PvP. Like we have so far Hero Ring, Track and Field, all of these different things that it's going to be really cool. We're basically done with the mini games now, and we just need more plugins. And we created it we created the server as Bucket, so it's not. Of course, we can get plugins in Bucket, but it's been interesting, as this is our first, well, kind of our first try for servers, and it's been coming out kind of pretty good, I'll say. The only bad aspect of it is that it does take a lot of time out of your day, and it takes some effort. Because when people say that they want donations, I get their point when they want donations for a server. Because it takes a lot of time out of their day, even though it is pretty fun to create them. It does take some. You have to be motivated, truthfully, to create a full-on server, all the maps, the different, plugins, all the lobby, or lobbies, depending on what exactly is going to basically, happen in the server. Right now, we are looking for a XP drop plugin, which you would think you would be able to find, but you can't. So if you're watching this and you know of a plugin in the description that I will give you now, then go ahead and leave it in the comments, or go ahead and email it to raostarsyoutube@gmail.com. That would be very nice. Because it is a pain to try to find the simplest plugins, right? Basically what we need to happen for this plugin is even with the when you can't drop things. So what is it called? /game. It's even with keep inventory on, you still can't drop anything but XP. So XP needs to drop, and they need to keep. So basically, it needs to drop like 10% of the person's XP, or you know, have it optional of how much they drop, depending on how much XP they have, and then they keep their XP the same level, so people only gain and don't lose. We're gonna use this for ranks, because I find that it'll be kind of cool to have goals on the server, not just to you know, win the mini games or run around the track and field. You get points for winning or for killing people. Or mobs. But mobs we don't have a problem with because they already drop XP. Any type of mob, hostile or peaceful. So we just need that plugin. I found so many, like I found one that is perfect, but it's out of date. Oh god. I just hate how many people just make it, and then you're like, oh, this is perfect, and then it's out of date and it doesn't work for the current Minecraft beta alpha. You know, right now we're in 1.5.1, so you know you need it for 1.5.1, and a lot of them are like 1.4, 1.5. I'm not sure if 1.5 is for 1.5.1, but I think it would, because it just has small updates. But it's like, oh, it's so annoying. I've been looking for days on end, and it's not there, like at volumes. So anyway, if you have if you know a plugin that'll just drop XP, make it so you just drop XP and nothing else. Or if you know a plugin that'll make it so you don't drop any of what's in your inventory, that would also help. So we don't have to do keep inventory on. Anyway, now that that's out of the way, we can kind of get back to this modded house. As you might have saw in the drawings, it's like 3 large boxes put together, and if you saw the circle on the top for the top view, that was my original design, but I didn't think I would be able to really do it in Minecraft, the giant circle, very efficiently. So instead what I did is I just made it another rectangle, which I guess turned out pretty good. So yeah, and that top piece is going to be a rooftop garden, and the tree, I'm going to make a custom tree going directly through the center of it, and then I'm going to have this spiral staircase going off that. So I think that'll be an interesting feature to the house. I don't know what much else to talk about, but you know, I guess I'd go more into detail about the server and how that's going to work. Basically, you're going to start out in the main lobby, which is the Hunger Games lobby, and then you have the choice to either go to Hunger Games, PvP, or the separate mini-game lobby from there. This is our plans right now. It might change, but for now that's definitely what we seem to be going for. So it's not just a Hunger Games server, right? It's not just a mini-game server. It's gonna pretty much have every single mini-game that we can think of and that we can build without serious, insane, you know, redstone or anything super crazy, because I mean, we've used so many command blocks. Command blocks are nothing. We already know advanced commands, but the whole redstone aspect, that takes forever. And I like building, so that doesn't bother me. There's going to be some interesting things on the mini games. Let's see if I can ramble off some of the mini games. Track and field, that's one of them. 4-player mini game. You know, first, second, third, and fourth person on the track. They all have speed and jump boost to jump over hurdles, and whoever wins will, of course, probably get XP, or it'll just be one of the fun games that we'll have on there. We also have super miniature mini games like trampoline. I think we have basketball is very small. We have bow warfare. That's a fun one. My personal favorite, probably because I built it, would be the Haunted Mansion. It's just so cool. I mean, I'm not the only one that built it, of course. Tejas helped. And I find that that's probably our best minigame / adventure map on the server. So I think it'll end up being pretty dang cool. And if you're wondering why I put that hole there, it's only because I wanted to know where the 2 floors are going to be. So that line in the middle is basically the floor divider. And without it, I would have to recount, and it would be wrong. So, yeah. Well, I have something done. Okay. Of course, it's not going to be all iron. I just start out with this, and then I do windows and other little things. Add to it. I'll do a lot of stuff off camera and just do the main things on camera, like the yard and stuff. I'm probably going to do off camera because, like I said in my previous episode 1, it was the first modern build that I get super, I don't want to use OCD because that's not the right word for it, but I like perfection in the landscape around the house, because then the house, if it's just sand, this times 0, then it really doesn't look as good. But if I have really cool landscaping around it, then that complements the house. It's like if you look at a really nice house and then the landscape is all dead grass around it, it doesn't look good. I also have previous houses that I've built that I would like to show. So those, I have one on Xbox Minecraft version where I started out playing Minecraft. That one, I would say, is pretty cool. It's got a lot of interesting features. What else? I think that's the main one that I would like to show. Of course, it's already been built because it's on Xbox. And I don't want to buy an Xbox corner because I'm just that cheap and I'm kind of broke because of my new computer. So it's kind of interesting. It's going to be interesting. Oh, also, here's another thing, is Redstone for Dummies. The first episode took off. Like, we didn't expect it to get that many views. 222 views in, I think, a period of months, and then it stopped getting views. Probably because it's not in, I don't know if it works in 1.5.1. But I took a few smaller videos for Redstone for Dummies because I've gotten into command blocks, and for the Haunted Mansion I was making traps. So I did need to use a little bit of redstone, and I found out a lot of cool stuff. Because like I said, I am not like the redstone master or anything, but in my opinion, they're pretty dang cool. So those will come out eventually, and they should be, I found them pretty helpful, just jacking around with redstone. Oh yeah, this will work. Oh yeah, you know. I have an automatic dispenser, so it shoots automatically. And then if you press a button or hit a pressure plate, it will also work. There's so many different aspects of it. It's really cool. I also found a way to use scoreboard. I'm good with command blocks, by the way. I would say I wouldn't, again, say I'm the best because I still have to do trial and error with it, but I would say I'm fairly good compared to other people with command blocks. So I found a way to make classes and ranks with /scoreboard. And so instead of teams, I use them as ranks. And for servers, this is what I'm doing with my server. It works really well. It's pretty effective. So yeah, that's an interesting resume creation. I'm looking at my drawings right now. I think I'm gonna go with the windows. Let's try windows. Okay. Let's see. Beautiful. Oh. Okay. And then two-way. With that frame, that helps so much. My God. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do glowstone yet, so I'm just gonna put jungle. What's wrong? I keep jungle wood down. Duh. Of course, it's jungle wood place. My God. I have a slight cold right now, so I'm not feeling the greatest. My nose is kind of stuffed up, so if my voice sounds cracky or anything, that's probably why. Okay, slabs. And we need this guy as well. And I'm going to do more stuff to the front so it'll look a little bit better, but for now, this is the basis of it. Also get because I want to get that level done. Let's see, look at this is status effects. I want Minecraft ID list. Alright. So I want the double slab. 43, perfect. Give me tab. I hate when the tab doesn't work. 43. Alright. Now let's see what we can do. This is where all of that's going. Do we want it to wrap around? I think I do want it to. That's nice. So I'm fairly sure this goes most of the way around the house. Of course, I'm going to do indents and stuff for decks, but for now, this is the basis of it. Let's see, does that go to theirs? Head, where is it? Right there. It's gonna end directly there. And then I need the normal slabs. See, let's go there. Let's keep going. And then on the right side, also have it all the way across. I think this border just carries throughout the house. Okay, cool. It's already taking shape, actually. Pretty good looking. Okay. I think this is gonna be 2 over. I don't have the drawings to scale, so I'm just gonna need to see what'll work here and what won't. Oh, that's plenty of room. Yeah, that's plenty. Two-way. Get that wood. Okay. The house itself isn't gonna have much. I'm basing it off of the tree, so it's gonna be more of a natural. I guess kind of overgrown, but not necessarily overgrown. It's really like a garden house, kind of. I guess that's not the best description, but it's kind of what it is. So what can we get? Oh yeah, that's fine. Beautiful. Okay, that's gonna be last. Most likely. What else do we have? We have second story. This is continued to there, where we happen to have slabs going all the way across. At the end, has an overhang. That looks good. Okay, gotta get. Just kidding. Okay. Lord, does that go all the way to the top? I might want it to go /times, you know. If we place this, that window larger. Okay. Maybe there. That looks pretty good. Be a deck up there so it won't look super bad. Yeah, it's not bad. Oh, I see something I did wrong here. See how it looks when I do it. Because I think I can make it look better. I just moving it. About that. Perfect. Alright. Now the second story over here. We still have the pillars. I'd imagine. Okay. Lay it out the same as that. Sorry I'm not talking too much right now. I'm just focusing on what I'm doing. Window. Nope. No, not that far. That really is not shabby at all. Okay, next part. I'm gonna get the rocks in the front done. Okay, which way does this one go? It's kind of small, got a little bit of a twist to it here. Okay, that'll work. And this one, over here, too tall. Perfect. The exact look I wanted. Perfect. That's beautiful. Okay. And then right there, we break out that. We can do some stuff over there. We acted as a fireplace, or just put something interesting there. I don't know, leaves, potentially. I think. Nope. Still need. These slabs in the corners of this. I'm wondering if I want this to stand out, so I make it like all slabs and then have that jungle wood or iron as the border. But I think it looks pretty dang good. Let's make the roof piece for this. Let me start on the border of it. Oh yeah, that's right, I have a tree, so I don't know if I'm going to want to do that yet. I think this is about time to. I think it's about time to end this episode. I'm gonna just start, or I should say, finish this double border for the roof. And yeah, I mean, that's the house so far. If you like the build so far, go ahead and comment, rate, or subscribe. Anything helps, really. And yeah, see you guys later. This was Raostars Productions.